So today will be a little more of an energetic class. Today is phase 1 of North Carolina's reopening. So we're going to just do something a little more, I don't know, heated. So for flow people, you're going to see a lot of familiar poses. For jiu-jitsu people, you may see some stuff that seems, I think we've done this before in jiu-jitsu. And also for regular gym, mat, you're going to see some all familiar. So it's all kind of blended together, and hopefully everybody will be happy. We'll just do a little bit of warm-up and then get into the flow. The flow itself will kind of warm us up. So let's go ahead and come onto our backs. And just letting yourself rest down onto the floor. As always, if you'd like to have a blanket, you can always bring it forward. I think I'm going to do without today. And just feeling the back of your head resting on the ground, feet flat to the floor, shoulder blades snuggled down. And just give yourself a moment once you're here to settle in. Maybe take a deep breath or two. Check to see if the jaw or any other place in your body that you tend to hold tension or way too much energy in one body part. Just see if you can let down, and if you can't let down that place, maybe just what's above or below. So if you hold a lot of tension in your belly or in your hips, see if you just kind of soften around your ribs or in your thighs. And letting yourself take one more nice deep breath in. As you exhale, making sure jaw unclenches. And letting your arms reach overhead, we'll find a little bit of an arch in the back. As you exhale, draw knees in. Taking feet up to ceiling, letting the ankles wiggle around a few times, find a couple of different directions. And then we'll go ahead and tuck knees back in and replace feet to floor, arms overhead, take a breath. And again, exhale, drawing the knees in. Inhale, feet to ceiling. Flex the ankle, see if you get a little pull in the back of the leg, and release, knees to chest, feet to floor. Arms overhead, big reach, arch the back. Exhale, knees in, take feet up to the ceiling, flex the ankle. We'll hold left foot there and just draw the right knee in for a moment, and slowly letting the left leg come all the way down to the floor, feeling heel and calf grounded, right knee pulled in. Take one more breath. And draw left knee up to meet right. Releasing both feet to the floor, taking arms overhead, find that arch. Exhale, knees come in. As you inhale, feet to ceiling, flex the ankle, stretch. And this time we'll pull just the left knee in, right foot stays to the ceiling. And then slowly lowering it down to the ground, heel and calf to the floor. Keep drawing left knee in, take another breath. And then right knee comes to jaw in, and releasing both feet to the floor, letting the arms come overhead as you lift into bridge pose, taking the back body into the front body, and exhaling everything back down. Let's do that again. Inhaling, arms overhead, back body into front body, and all the way down. So back body's thighs, buttocks back. Inhale, everything up. Hold the arch side of the foot to the ground so the knees don't open. We'll stay here. Take a few breaths. And then letting yourself slowly down. We'll just wait a moment here for anybody who's wanted to take an extra breath there. Releasing pelvis to floor, feet to ground. One more breath. We'll go ahead and draw knees in, and this time open the knees nice and wide, and then turning soles of the feet to ceiling to find happy baby. So that can be with the hands, the back of the thighs, holding onto the calves or ankles or toes. Some people like to grab the outsides of their feet. Just wherever you feel you are comfortable here and your belly can stay fairly relaxed. Maybe rock a little from side to side. Just easy in the back and the chest and the belly. And then beginning to create a little more energy, keeping the knees pulled down. We'll take both arms overhead now. Soles of the feet still turn to the ceiling. Reach, see if you can reach those fingers a little bit further. One more breath. Releasing heels down towards the buttocks. Close the knees. And letting your hands return to your kneecaps. Just go up and down the back a few times. That Apanasana, letting the knees draw in and then away. And then releasing feet to floor. And go ahead and let your legs extend all the way down the mat, taking arms overhead. Got choices here. So we can sit up by taking the fingertips towards the toes and sitting all the way up, or the other option, arms here, extend. As you exhale, bring your hands to the floor and help yourself up. Everybody's going to have a different desire here. So inhaling and exhale, sitting all the way up. We'll take both arms up and overhead. As you exhale, right hand comes to the floor. Left foot slides up. So we have left foot on the ground, right hand on the floor, left hand still reaching. If you've done Turkish get-ups where it's kind of this position, except for keeping both seat bones on the floor. As you inhale, lift the pelvis up and find an arch. And then go ahead and sit yourself all the way back down as you exhale. Left leg straightens out, both arms reach up, take a deep breath in, and exhaling, letting yourself down to the floor. Inhale, arms over, and exhale, coming all the way up. In breath, fingertips reach. This time the right foot bends, left hand comes to the ground. As you exhale, on your next inhalation, lifting up, rolling into the outer edge of that left foot. You can draw your bicep to the ear, and then coming all the way back down. Inhale, legs are straight, arms are reaching, and exhale, rolling down to the floor, arms overhead on the in-breath. And exhale, coming all the way back up. Inhale, reaching. Right hand comes down, left foot bends as you exhale. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming back down. In breath and exhale. In breath. Full body stretch. And the exhalation coming up. In breath. This time left hand, right foot. Inhale, find that arch. And sit back down. In breath, both legs and arms reach. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, slow you go. Inhale, reaching up. Right arm comes down, left foot bends. Knee bends. Inhale, lifting. We'll change it just a little bit. Right foot is going to come all the way through and plant to the floor. We're in like a goddess pose here. As you inhale, taking arms up and overhead, keeping seat bones down, arms reach up. As you exhale, taking that right hand down. Right foot steps through. We're back to that arch again. And sit. In breath. Exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, up we go. In breath. Left hand, right foot. Inhale, find that arch. As you exhale, left foot steps through. In breath, goddess pose, hips low. Exhale, left hand comes down, step through. In breath. Exhale, sit. In breath. And exhale. arms overhead, breathe. And exhale. We'll keep on building. Inhale, right hand, left foot. Exhale. In breath. Exhale, right foot. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Keep the seat bones low. We'll take the fingers, the hands down to the floor. Bowing down. Keep the seat bones to the ground. Inhale, push the seat bones down as you bring your body back up. Right hand to the floor. Step through, inhalation. Exhale. In breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhaling, coming up nice and slow, no rush. In breath. Left hand, right foot, lifting up. Big breath. Exhale, left foot steps through. Inhale, got it, seat bones down. Exhale, seat bones stay down. Reach forward, bring fingertips to the floor. Squeeze seat bones to the floor as you come back up. Breathe. Exhale, left hand. Left foot steps through. In breath. And sit. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, coming all the way up. We'll do that whole one again. Inhale. Right hand, left foot as you exhale. In breath, arch. Exhale, step. In breath. Exhale, fold. Seat bones low. Inhale. Right hand down as you exhale, step through. In breath, arch. Exhale, sit. Inhale. Exhale. Overhead reach. And exhale, sitting up. Right foot, left hand as you exhale. In breath, reach. Exhale, step through. In breath. Seat bones low. Back strong and flat. Exhale, reach. In breath, coming back up as you squeeze seat bones to the floor. Left hand comes down, step through. Exhale. In breath. And this time we'll exhale the hands down alongside the body. Soaring staff pose. Lifting up through the chest, keeping the hands firm to the floor, lifting through the chest. One more breath. And we'll go ahead and find simple crossed leg position here. Arms, right arm reaches up and bring it all the way over to your left knee. We'll find a little bit of a twist on the exhale. Go ahead and release back to center. Uncross your legs so the other one comes in front. And inhale, think of left. Left arm reaches up. And we'll take it across, finding a little twist on this side. Inhaling back to center. Taking both arms overhead. And release. Letting your legs stretch out in front of you. We'll wiggle the toes, wiggle the feet, letting the ankles roll around a little bit. And then just bending your knees. Feet are going to come pretty far apart, letting the heels rest on the mat. And go ahead and let yourself just sink down in between your legs. So the inside of the knees are right against the tricep of the arms, the backs of the arms. Letting your chin tuck in, inviting some pull, some stretch through the lower back. Big deep breaths into the back. And we'll go ahead and sit up. And letting yourself roll down. This time I am going to grab my blanket. And letting yourself come all the way down to the floor. Snuggling back in, back of the pelvis to the ground. We'll start with knees bent, back of the head comfortably into the floor. And letting your left foot just stretch up to the ceiling, that right knee stays bent. We'll cross that left ankle across, so it's that figure four. A lot of times though, when we come into the figure four, as the knee gets pulled forward, it starts to drift. That right knee drifts towards the center of the sternum. That's sort of like an avoidance of that hip stretch. We want to make sure that this right knee aims for the right center of the right shoulder, rather than letting it drift into the center of the body. So as you pull that knee, think about pulling the center of the kneecap more towards the center of the shoulder. So if you're used to be able to really pull it forward, as that knee stays more in line with your shoulder, more in line with your seat bone, it may change how far you can come into this pose. Just stay here for about 3 breaths, just inviting a little bit of stretch, pull. We don't want to be in a place where we're really uncomfortable here. There should be just a pull. Couple more breaths. And then releasing that right foot once again to the ground. So again, we're not going to an extreme place. Letting the left leg untangle and slide down the mat. Really push through that left heel. And then we'll slide the left foot up and we're taking right ankle across. Again, making sure that as that knee comes forward, it doesn't drift to the center of the body, but stays lined up in the middle of that left shoulder. And again, we're not going to a deep place right here, just an opportunity for the back of the hip to comfortably stretch, very peacefully. So not going really far, just a light, comfortable stretch. Letting the breath be full and at ease, belly should be relaxed. Inviting the jaw to unclench also. Then we'll release that left foot to the ground. Take the right ankle across and straighten a leg all the way down the mat. Just push through that right heel. And we'll draw right knee back in. Let's go ahead and pull both knees in this time. Getting that thigh to belly, taking feet to ceiling, soft ankle, letting the ankles just kind of wiggle around a few times. We'll do that again. Draw the knees in. Take the feet up. This time letting the knees stay fairly relaxed and bent. Ankles too. So we're not pulling the toes. And then just letting the arms with very easy bend, elbows drift over the head. So we're sort of balancing our legs over the pelvis, letting the weight of your legs settle into the back of the pelvis, sacrum. A couple of easy breaths here. And we'll go ahead and tuck the knees back in. And then releasing feet to floor. Taking your time, inviting one leg to stretch down the mat, making sure that's comfortable, then the other. You may want to put a bolster underneath your knees or bend one knee. Inviting the feet to flop apart, softness coming into the big joints, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, wrists. And I'm thinking about the smaller joints of the fingers and toes, the back of the neck, and all the way down the spine, releasing through the middle of the shoulder blades, that back waist, releasing through the sacrum where your hips are heavy against the floor, the pelvis. Inviting the buttocks to release tailbone, softening everything around the hip area. Jaws unlocking, tongue is releasing the roof of the mouth. Eyes closing if you'd like to, inviting the muscles of the face to release around the corners of the mouth and the corners of the eyes. And inviting yourself to rest for 6 or 10 minutes, however long your body is asking.